like a reminder that, they're not the only one that notices that we're falling behind. Whether it's our energy or it's our mojo, like something needs to be picked up. But yeah, for sure.
How big was that in that second set? I think you had 2 big kills in the block with Maggie to end it. I mean, how big was that for the energy and kind of your confidence?
For my confidence, it was just reassuring to, being able to make those moves that you work all week long on. It's just really reassuring. It's a really good mojo for the team, just being able to also close on those things we've been working on not only as a team. And so I think it's just, I just say reassuring.
Your first Big Ten match, how is it different from what you've experienced so far? What was it like to be out there for this level of competition?
The vibe is just different. Like, yes, I can confidently say that, like, where we are as a team, I was confident going into the match against Michigan State. And so with that, like, usually you can tell the vibe of the coaches is they're a little bit more calm, but, like, coach has put such an emphasis on every Big Ten match. You should not underestimate anybody. And so even when things were going well, he was still finding ways to pick things up or what could be fixed. And so that just reminded me that we're at a point now where mistakes, they're critical and they need to be changed immediately because, we have someone like Ohio State the next day.
Win 800 for Cook today. Obviously, y'all have been around for just a fraction of that, but just knowing the magnitude of like what that number means in this sport and all he's accomplished so far.
Yeah, I think it was really cool to be a part of this benchmark for him, and he's one of the greatest coaches to ever do it, and he is constantly learning, and I think that's something that's very unique about him is he has been coaching for a good amount of time, but he still is very eager to learn more about the game, and I think that shows every day in practice. Like, he wants to learn, and he wants us to be better every single day, so it was really awesome to get to share this moment with him, and, I mean, he is one of the greatest to ever do it, like I said, so it's expected almost. He's killing it.
For sure.
I know you saw back in there in the front row, again, there was a tie 22-22. How were you guys able to finish out the match from there with the match tie there?
Yeah, I think a huge emphasis this team has had is 2 points better and just to win a set by 2 points, and that's something we kind of struggled with last year. So no matter how ugly it is, we just need to really fall back on each other. And coming into the game, I knew my teammates trust me, and I trusted them. So that made it, it didn't matter what the score was. I knew they were going to help me out, and I was going to help them out. So I think no matter how we win by 2 points, like, we just need to find ways to win by 2 points, and we did that there. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
It's nice to get our first win in the Big Ten. Got 19 more matches. We got to play better. And I thought we came out, played really focused, great first game, and then we just lost our focus and started playing some ugly volleyball. So Huskers got to learn they can't just go by one game and set their tone from that. And we're going to have to clean up a lot of stuff in the next 22 hours.
13 attempts for Becca and 11 for Caitlin. How do you feel about what you did for the middle?
We passed really well tonight. We should have set more middle, but that's when your setters aren't that confident, and Kennedy was struggling a little bit. It's the last thing they want to do is set middle. So we got to continue to run middle attack with those guys. And we'll keep emphasizing that.
Is setting largely a confidence issue?
It's always a confidence issue. That and serving are confidence issues. And, and so the more confident you are, the better you're going to set. The more confident you are, the better you're going to serve. And, but, if setters start becoming inconsistent, it's hard to keep a good rhythm. And that's one of the challenges in the 6-2. Setters are coming in and out. And, they've got to be consistent in their 3 rotations. I mean, they're basically in there to win 3 rotations, side out 3 times, and then get out. I'm sure we lost a lot more points in Kennedy's rotations tonight than Ani's. And that's, we have to be better. She has to be better.
How do you go about building that confidence in your setters?
They had a great week of practice, so she has to trust it.
What were you saying to her in the moment?
I was telling her, like, we need to get consistent, hittable balls, and she just needs to trust her training. She knows. So.
When you think about Ohio State strikes, what do you anticipate needing to be better at versus them?
Well, they're a great team, and look at their record. They're 4-4. Look at the schedule they've played. So they're a great team. I think they beat us the last 3 times we played. So. We're going to have a great effort. They're, they do everything really well, and they have some players that have given us fits. So we've got to really do a good job and pressure them.
How do you evaluate how the defense played tonight?
Well, when a setter dumps 5 balls in 6 attempts, that's not a great effort. So. That just tells you right there. And we get blocked 9 times in 3 games on balls that no way that we should cover. That's not great effort. So I don't. It's not my opinion. There's your stats right there. So I thought we dug some balls tonight defensively. We missed some digs. Lexi made a good adjustment on where they were hitting, and how many digs did she have tonight? 13. So. Anyway, that's, I just thought we were okay.
Win 800, special belt buckle.
That was very nice of Trev or whoever thought of that idea. That is a very for me, right now, that's a very meaningful gift to honor something that I really don't care about. As I told John Baylor, I'm still 500 behind Russ. But that was really meaningful because typically they just give you a volleyball and, it ends up in a closet somewhere. And that is something that it will be very, very meaningful to me. And I really, really appreciate that and the thought behind it. Somebody put some thought behind it. And I don't know if it's Trev or one of his people, but that is something I will really cherish that, and that will mean a lot. And it's got like a little stand for it, so it's really cool. Players loved it, so Bud's happy tonight. It's this is a temporary one. They're still finishing the custom one, so I think it'll just be it's your typical Western belt buckle, probably be 800 on it, and anyway, it's a wonderful thought and gesture. So I really, those are kind of memories that last for a while in coaching. Because we're on to the next match, we got to be better tomorrow. But that is something that would be really cool for a while.
Needless to say, you were surprised by that.
Oh yeah. They were. I told Lindsay we can't talk about it, there can't be anything about it, and I laid down the hammer, and obviously that didn't work. So I guess Trev's above Lindsay, so I'm gonna have to get that squared away with Trev. Lindsay's runs the show over here. No, but yeah, that was really cool. And it's also with all this Bud and Western Nebraska stuff. I mean, that's cool for that. That theme still goes on here, and my cowboy friends are gonna think that's really cool.
All right.
Okay, guys, thanks.